Thank you for coming back to my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to look at what actually happens during a stroke, why strokes are dangerous, and how they affect the brain. So let's start with what is a stroke. So imagine your brain as a massive neon-lit metropolis. Every thought, movement, and memory is a signal traveling at light speed. But at this city, it has a weakness. It requires a constant, high voltage power supply to keep the lights on. So basically, a stroke happens when blood flow to the part of the brain is interrupted. Without oxygen-rich blood, brain cells can begin dying within minutes. So stroke is kind of like a sudden total power outage. So why the brain needs blood? The brain constantly needs oxygen and nutrients delivered through the bloodstream. Even a short interruption in blood flow can affect how the brain functions. The most common type of stroke is called an ischemic stroke. This happens when a blood clot blocks an artery that supplies blood to the brain. So this is 87% of the most types of stroke. Another type is a hemorrhagic stroke, which happens when a blood vessel bursts and causes blood bleeding inside or around the brain. So some stroke symptoms is like a common way to remember stroke symptoms is fast, face dropping, arm weakness, speech difficulty, and time to call emergency services. So what happens to the brain? Without oxygen, brain cells begin to die. Depending on the area affected, a person may lose movement, speech, memory, or other important functions. And every minute your brain goes without blood, you lose nearly 2 million neurons. That's like losing the population of a major city every 60 seconds. So 1.9 million neurons are lost per minute. So, uh, why fast treatment matters? Doctors try to restore blood flow as quickly as possible because faster treatment can reduce permanent brain damage. So, the first 10 minutes of a stroke, cells begin to struggle, and then in the 30 minutes, irreversible damage starts. In 3 hours, the golden window for treatment, so like the perfect time to fix something before something bad happens. And then in around 4.5 hours, risk of permanent disability peaks. So several conditions increase stroke risk, including high blood pressure, smoking, diabetes, obesity, and lack of physical activity. So to recap it all, strokes are medical emergencies because the brain depends on a constant blood flow and oxygen. Recognizing symptoms quickly can save lives and reduce long-term damage. So the stroke is your brain oxygen yeast, and time is your most precious asset, and then act fast to save a life. Upcoming next will be what causes heart attacks. And these are my image sources.